Hi, I'm Coralie Feniello, the producer of Little Nightmares 3. We have been delighted by the reception of the announcement of Little Nightmares 3, and we thought we would express our thanks by answering some of the questions of the community and giving you more information about the game. Little Nightmares 3 is a brand new adventure in the world of Little Nightmares. Because of that, you will not need to play the previous game in order to enjoy Little Nightmares 3. If you did, you will be able to find some nods and some secrets that will link all the stories together. As the previous games, Little Nightmares 3 takes place in the Nowhere, which is the nightmares place of Little Nightmares. While you have been able to escape from the moon in Little Nightmares 1 and to go through the Pale City in Little Nightmares 2, you will be able to go through the spiral this time in Little Nightmares 3. The spiral is a cluster of disturbing places, like for example the necropolis that you might have seen in the walkthrough video. Each of the chapters will have their own locations, their own enemies, and their own threats. As for the relationship between the characters and the different games in the timeline, we will let you make theories about that once the game has released. The necropolis is the first part of the spiral that you will be able to explore in Little Nightmares 3. It is a peculiar place that has been raised from the desert sand and powered by gusting winds. It has been described as a city of eternal energy and certain death. It used to be inhabited by the dwellers, but now the ancient metropolis is more of a ghost town. All that is left is sand, ruins, some disturbing statues, and forever turning windmills. Exploring the necropolis, the players will be able to find moments of life frozen in time, vestige of the past, and maybe discover what happens to this place and who used to live here. But not everything is dead in the necropolis. Apart from some crows and some defensive beetles, it is also the hometown of the Monster Baby. Monster Baby is one of the new residents of Little Nightmares 3. Her size, clumsiness, and curiosity would be a great danger for the players, and you will have to escape from her grasp and her gaze. She might also have something to do with what happened to the necropolis and to the inhabitants. For the first time in the franchise, you will be able to experience Little Nightmares in online co-op. You can play either low or alone with your friend. You will be able to invite people from your friend list, meaning that you can choose with who you want to play. Even if they are not on the same generation of console as you, so you can play PlayStation 5 with PlayStation 4, Xbox Series with Xbox One. In order to allow more people to play together, we are integrated a Friends Pass feature, allowing you to play with a friend even if they don't own the game. To make sure people feel immersed in the world of Little Nightmares, we have decided not to integrate any voice chat, but you will be able to use your favorite one to discuss with your friend. You will also have access to a call button to call your friends' characters in a typical Little Nightmares fashion. That being said, if you are more of a solo player, don't worry, you will also be able to experience the full game in single player. You will be able to play either low or alone and do the full adventure with them. You will also have access to multiple save slots that will let you have several playthroughs ongoing at the same time with different characters, both in single player and multiplayer. Obviously, as we just mentioned it, the co-op is a new feature that will allow you to face your childhood fears together. But that's not all. Little Nightmares 3 is not shy of novelty. You will be able to discover the Spiral, which is a brand new place in the world of the nowhere. Little Nightmares 3 also has a whole new cast of residents and smaller enemies. You will also be able to meet two new characters, Lo and Alone. Lo is here since a long time now, but he has never lost hope in finding a mythical place that will allow him to go back home. Alone is Lo's best friend. She is an incurable tinkerer, she is very curious, and she is always trying to find secrets about the Spiral. Each of them will have their own set of iconic items, so Lo has the bow and arrow and Alone has the wrench. They will be able to use them in order to solve puzzles, to find their way through the world, but also to defend themselves against small enemies. In addition to that, your journey through the Spiral will make you stumble upon objects that will allow you to continue your journey. You may have noticed, for example, the umbrella that you can see in the trailer. Little Nightmares franchise has a very particular and unique type of horror that we call charming horror. It is more a psychological and disturbing type of horror, but it always has a spark of light or hope that is coming from the children as they remain kids in a world that is not fit for them. Little Nightmares 3 will keep that same type of horror and make you see a disturbed world through a child perspective. The Necropolis, for example, is the first chapter of the game. It has warmer tone and color, but still has a dark narrative behind it. Each chapter of the game has different mood and settings that you might have spotted in our trailer. Lo and Alone are two best friends, and in a world as scary as the nowhere, who wouldn't want to be able to hold hands to get some comfort and courage to face that world? Well, only you guys will be able to tell us once you finish the game, but for that, you will have to wait a little bit more. That's all we can tell you for now. Little Nightmares 3 will be playable in single player and multiplayer on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Switch and PC. Thanks again for your passion and excitement about the game. We can't wait to tell you more.
Little Nightmares 3 is almost here, and it's bringing a brand new nightmare. After years of silence, the next chapter in this haunting series is officially on the way. This time, we're diving even deeper into a terrifying world filled with twisted creatures, disturbing settings, and two new protagonists trying to escape something much darker than before. Developed by Supermassive Games, the same team behind Until Dawn and The Quarry, Little Nightmares 3 is stepping into bold territory, with online co-op, new characters, and fresh horrors waiting in the shadows. Set in a strange and broken land known as the Spiral, this game tells the story of Lo and Alone, two children armed with unique weapons, stuck in a world built from nightmares and delusions. From what we've seen, they'll need to rely on each other to survive, solve puzzles, and escape monsters that are just as terrifying as anything we saw in the first two games. And for the first time in the series, you don't have to do it alone. Little Nightmares 3 will support online multiplayer, letting you and a friend face your fears together. Whether you're a returning fan or new to the series, there's a lot to be excited about. So here's everything we know so far about Little Nightmares 3. From release date, trailers, and gameplay details, to what makes this entry feel darker, weirder, and more unsettling than ever before.